other looking to finish an improbable playoff run. 45 minutes separates these teams from a championship. And tonight, under the lights, that champion will be crowned. The Western Mustangs, one game, one trophy, one champion. On paper, the matchup features two very different paths. Let's take a look at how we got here. Charlotte Cougars take the path of least resistance, being the 1 seed. Pretty dominant over the Natterjacks last night, but like I said in the beginning, the story last night for the Mustangs. When you look at it, though, on the playoff standings here, the power play for the Mustangs, very strong at 4, and that's just 2 games. He's putting up points. He's a leader on this team, and they're going to expect him to produce tonight.
Yeah, watching him last night, he drove a lot of the play as well, so I would expect him to have, needs to have a big night if they're going to be successful on the Western side.
In net for the Cougars, Ethan Creonge back on D for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? You want to try to get on top of this game early if at all possible. So for Western, you're going to ice your best 5 and try to get after it.
And then we talked that strong line for the Cougars. Ethan Walters, Tristan McAuliffe, Mike Duggan. So far, 17 goals this playoffs, and it's all 3 come from them. Brody Herzig and Jackson Babbage filling it in on D for this team.
Yeah, strength on strength, right? And again, we talked about this last night, but if you're Western, you want to push, you want to get a goal. You also got to be smart in the D zone and make sure you don't let those guys get loose, particularly McAuliffe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to announce the lineups on the ice, do the national anthem, and then we will get to the face-off for the championship game, CSHL Western Mustangs versus the Charlotte.
You're up against. Think about doing it, playing the right way, and having your best game.
All right, regular season's history, semifinals are over. 1 game remains. Charlotte Catholic Cougars, the Western Mustangs. And the puck is down, and we are playing championship hockey. Face-off won by the Cougars. McAuliffe looks to stretch it long for Walters. Tries to take a shot. That's knocked down in front by Richardson. Played to Sisti, near side corner, taken away by McAuliffe. Creonge meets him back behind the net. McAuliffe tries to center one. That's knocked down in front. Pownell into the half wall. He puts a body on, and the Mustangs able to clear the puck out. Icing waved off. Race down behind the net. Sisti wins that one over Babbage going back behind there. Looks like the Cougars wanted a call there, but honestly looked like a lost edge for me.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I think Nick Sisti did a good job getting under his man there and getting on the puck first.
Puck sent deep down into the Cougar zone. Herzig comes up with possession. He plays it off the wall looking for Walters. That gets tipped back into the neutral zone by Pownell. Cougars look to reset. Anderson given pressure, coming down in the far side to first line. McAuliffe sends it long, looking for Walters. Back door wide open. Missed pass to Duggan coming across.
Yeah, a little bit lucky there were the Mustangs that didn't connect.
Puck kept in by the Cougars. Far side corner to Babbage. Babbage on the back end. He centers one up. That just goes wide. Inside, Sealy. He shoots. Lawson's going to cover that one for the whistle.
Yeah, good save there. Good job getting the whistle to let things settle down a little bit here and let a change happen for both squads here, actually. Yeah, I mean, the Cougars obviously trying to get on top first here, pushing. Thought for a minute there that the Mustangs might have been able to generate something when Sisti got to that loose puck, but really had nobody to make a play to, so had to eat it.
Had a talk with Nick Sisti before the game. He says, man, these guys are good, but they're really a single-line threat. We need to figure out what it is, how to get a hold of those guys, and we have a real shot at this game today.
Yeah, D-zone coverage, if you can maintain it when that line's out there and then go to work from there, you got pretty good chance. Just again, cliche as it sounds, play it one shift at a time, one period at a time, and go from there.
Elena's up with it. Forehand, backhand, kicked away by Lawson. Puck back behind the net by Huffman. He's met by Chen. Pushes it out to the corner to McAuliffe. Back to Huffman. Huffman takes a shot. Knocked to the side by Lawson. Tenley McAuliffe back with it. She's met by Connell back behind the net. Cougars keep possession as Wellman digs back in and comes up with it.
Player that went down, that looked a little bit more like a trip, but no call, as you noted, Ted. So we'll see if that continued, Ted. So we'll see if that continues. But so far, it's let them play, champ game, try to decide it on the ice 5-on-5 versus any sort of special team situation.
Officiating crew for the night, Josh Bailey, Carter Jensen down one. Good stick by Sisti there, breaks up any momentum that he had coming down into the zone.
Yeah, Sisti doesn't get a stick on that, and he's got to pick your poison. He's got Duggan or McAuliffe.
Walter shoots inside, knocked away by Lawson. Backside again. Duggan misses another wide open net backside.
Yeah, yawning cage, especially.
All right, 10:36. Tristan McAuliffe scores one for Catholic, and it's 1-0 early.
Well, as we talked about in the pregame, too, in our notes, Catholic has had whacked out of the air.
Same thing. We're not going to
Yeah, replay. Trust us, folks. If you didn't see it live, it happened. So great play there. Shot comes from distance, and Fox gets a tip on that out front. Out of midair, it looked like on its way in. Redirect. So there you
Mustangs in the zone looking for Anderson inside. Sisti comes up with it on the near side. He'll take that out into the neutral zone reset. 9:10 left to play in the first. Mustangs still don't have a shot on net.
I was just about to say they're going to have to find some way, even from distance. Got to put pucks to the net and go to work from there. But
puck to Walters, drops it for McAuliffe. Shot in by puck to Walters, drops it for McAuliffe. Shot in by Duggan. That doesn't make it all the way there. That'll make the first goal of the playoffs. That wasn't by one of the first liners.
Well, I was going to say that, and right after that goal, they got a bonus, if you will, by getting that goal.
Come up with it. Bateman centers one up, looking for Welsh, just doesn't get enough on it. And that goes down into the far side corner.
Oh, we're just under the halfway point of the
Creonge with possession. Creonge on the backhand through the neutral zone, met by McAuliffe. She takes that away. She'll look to stretch things out.
Now one shot, but Ella was up to the challenge there.
Yeah, more than halfway through the period, she sees her first shot. Very easy to get stale back in there, not seeing a lot of action. And so far they've proven better than that, but I'll tell you, one of the concerns, I talked with Jackson Babbage before the game, said he's nervous. Walters moves the puck into the zone. That's taken away by Anderson. Sisti comes up with possession through the neutral zone. Gets the puck out to Walters. Walters looks across. Gets the puck out to Walters. Walters looks across to Duggan. Duggan comes through the middle. He's got McAuliffe on the far side. He shoots, and that goes wide to the near side. That'll sneak out into the neutral zone.
Yeah, quick counter here if you hurry by the Mustangs. Just going to chip it deep.
We talked during the season just what this league is for a lot of these players, right? A recreational opportunity for these guys to stay on the ice.
Yep.
For some of the lower skilled guys that play down in the Metro League, they get an opportunity to kind of test their chops and see how they would do within the travel community, as there's a varying degree of skill.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, one of the things that surprised me, I was talking to Shot and Save by Lawson there. I was talking to Elena Seeley before the game, and just the awareness of what this game was to her. Lawson getting peppered down
That's
there.
four huge saves there.
Another shot inside. Lawson makes a save.
Yeah, that's 5.
Backhand goes wide over the top.
Yeah, you got to work, like we said earlier, you've got to work so hard if you're the Mustangs just to clear the puck and then try to get a change and get fresh legs on the ice before they come back at you again.
McAuliffe down low, inside, backhand. And somehow the puck stays out. I think Chen actually put a little body on that. Lawson finally gets a cover for the whistle.
And it looked like McAuliffe had it on the back door, fanned on that shot. Chen might have disrupted it just enough. Either way, it stays out. And if you're the Mustangs, you'll take it to keep it at 2-0. Two-shot hockey game, still anybody's game, but you're going to have to find more than one shot on goal. That'd be the concern right now if I'm the Western Mustangs. You've got to find a way to generate more offense.
All right, well, to try to finish the point.
Back to the original.
Talking to Elena Sealy. Here we go again, inside, quick shot. Lawson with another huge save.
Yeah, nice quiet save there by Lawson. Just squeezes the puck and, doesn't move, lets the ref come pick it out of his gear.
Elena Sealy's awareness of what this game was. She said it's her first year in high school, in the league of high school, but she's really worried about the game because this could be her last chance at a championship with the 7 seniors that are graduating from this team at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And we talked, wanted to see that chance develop there, and it almost did for the Mustangs. Yeah, we talked about it a lot, right? A lot of these teams have a lot, it depends on which team you're looking at which night, but there are a lot of underclassmen on a lot of these teams. So a lot of youth on some, more seniority on others like the Cougars, and you see it play out and how the season has gone.
Looks like we got a clock still running through the whistle.
I got that at about 6 seconds. Maybe should go back on. 2:40, 2:39. Looks like they're not going to put it back on, though.
I'm going to stop it at 2:33. We'll see if he gives it a,
Maybe he'll let it
5 count after the drop.
I would.
It looks like that's what we're going to get.
Well,
not quite 5, but a little pause there.
Yeah, gave him a 3 count.
Mustangs working back behind the net. Jude Clark gets a stick on it. Puck kept in for the Mustangs. Shot inside. Saved by Wojtovich there. That leaks out.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a rebound there. We saw a little bit of that last night, right? The rebounds were there. Natterjacks couldn't get to any of them, and ultimately the Cougars cleaned them up. Nice snare by Lawson there with the glove.
2:07 left to play in the first. Shot 17-2. Again, Western really just needs to calm it down, settle it down, play the hockey that you guys have been playing all season, and just kind of get this thing right.
Yeah, to me, it's try to find a way to get the puck sooner in the D zone, cleaner breakouts, and then go to work from there.
Quick shot inside by Duggan, another save by Lawson.
Yep. I mean, Lawson right now is doing everything he needs to do for you. I know it's 2-0, but it could be a lot worse. He is making the saves your club needs if you're the Mustangs.
Inside, Walters takes a shot that's knocked down.
Good job poking that away.
In front, Sisti comes up with possession. He'll race it to the far side. He's got 2 to beat there. That gets sticked away by Duggan.
Good chip out by the Mustangs.
Duggan gets it up to, or chip out, gets it to Pownell. Pownell to Sisti. Sisti's going to turn it around in the far side corner. Plays it out to the defenseman. Shot inside. Tip in front by Anderson. Doesn't make it to the net.
Got to watch the breakout. There it goes.
Duggan finds McAuliffe on a run. McAuliffe takes it inside, outside, on the backhand. Sends one to Babbage. Babbage takes a shot.
Lawson got that. Couldn't glove it, but it hit him in the chest, I think.
Puck out to the blue line, kept in by Herzig. Herzig takes a shot.
Just off the glove there.
See if we get this thing working on this one. Doesn't look like it's replay's a struggle tonight.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one was one where it went up and looked like it got the top of the glove and got just over Lawson there to make it 3-0.
1:15 left to play. And looks like the official score on that is going to be the shot from Brody Herzig at the half wall. So again, second goal of the playoffs that was not a first line guy.
Yep.
Puck inside. Lawson looks like he's able to get the leg pads to cover that one up. That'll get the whistle. 57 seconds.
Yeah, and if you're Western, you're like, well, you know what? We've only allowed one to the big line. Unfortunately, they've gotten 2 others, and right now they're having a hard time finding their offensive game. So something's got to give here and soon if you're Western.
Face-off won by McAuliffe to himself. Takes a shot that's inside, knocked away by Lawson. Mustangs up with possession.
Good
Gets
chip.
taken away by Babbage. Babbage gets that rip by Pownell, just unable to make a step on it before Herzig steps up and takes that away. Back and Mustangs looking just to clear at the end. And that's how we'll end one. Tough start for the Mustangs. I don't think it's out of reach yet, but they're going to have to start moving here soon.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the first 10 minutes, or I would say really the first 5 minutes of this second period, need to look different. You need to try to find a way to get at least one, feel good about yourself, and go from there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after one, Charlotte Catholic leads 3-0. We'll be back right after this short break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Period 2. Western Mustangs take on the Charlotte Catholic Cougars, CSHL champion by Liam Wellman. He knocks that back behind the net, looking for Carson Huffman. That puck's taken away by Creonge. Creonge coming with some speed.
A little bit, but he's back to his feet. We said the first 5 minutes had to be good for Western, and Creonge got the memo. He's all over it so far.
Herzig coming through. Creonge puts a stick on it, knocks it away. Shot inside. Lawson kicks that to the side. Centering pass looking for Huffman. He's unable to get a stick on it to get a shot off there. Puck out to Colin Richardson. Passes it to Morrow. Morrow one touches to Anderson. Anderson's going to bring it in near side. Come across the slot. He rips a shot, shoots, and scores!
There you go. Nothing fancy there. Just made a move, cut back middle, and let run rip. Top bends over the right shoulder.
And we are just, we're struggling here with the replay today. All right, well, we'll continue to try to work that out.
So 3-1 now. And if you're Western, I mean, try to find a way to get another one now and see if you can build a game from here. We said the first 5 minutes had to be good. It is so far.
All right, little back and forth there coming through. Puck goes all the way down. Hands up for the ice. I don't know that everybody agreed with that.
On there, they were heads up, had it all the way.
Over Lawson.
That was Duggan, the man we talked about in the pregame. Nifty move there, just with a head of steam. Nobody really slows him down. Walters is drifting through too, so I'm sure Lawson, if he's looking at that, like got the shot, but you've also got Walters creeping down as well. Just a great move by Duggan there.
4-1, Charlotte Catholic leads.
And now top line on top line again here. So if you're the Mustangs, no rest for the weary, because you got to be on it here with that line on the ice. And I'm sure Sisti and the boys for Western would like to try to find a way to get one and make it a 2-goal game again.
Chen to Serwatka. Serwatka finds Pownell to Sisti. Sisti turns it around. He looks to take a shot. That gets taken away.
Yeah, fanned on it, I think. He had a minute there. He just kind of came over the top of it.
Comes up with possession, turns it around. He looks down low for Serwatka. She centers one up. That goes back behind the net. Come to fruition.
Yeah, no message sending in high school hockey. At least there shouldn't be. I don't think that was the intent. But, yeah, almost a collision there at the blue line.
Puck through the middle. Walters drops that back off for Duggan. Duggan across the high slot. He'll turn it around, take it out to the blue line. Looks down low inside. Shot by Herzig, looking for his second. Centering pass by McAuliffe. That one goes out into the neutral zone. Morrow's getting called offsides as she chases it coming off the bench.
I don't think she knew he was talking about her, because he was yelling. The ref was yelling off. She came down and played it. Let's see what they do here. They're gonna bring it all the way down.
Bring it all the way down. Yep.
That's the right call. Definitely more than enough warning there. If you probably heard it at home on the mic, the ref was yelling off the whole way.
Face-off in the Mustang zone, won by the Cougars. Bateman, he drops that off. Puck through the middle.
But if they'd use the points are open. A lot of action down low. If you get it back up top, let those guys rip it. You might create a rebound chance down low.
Puck down low. Welch and Richardson meet up. Richardson comes up with possession. Taken away by Clark. Clark and Creonge meet. Creonge cycles it out. That's taken away. Down low. Shot inside. Tipped in front. Just goes wide. Tenley McAuliffe at the faceoff circle. She's going to turn it around. Fake it and take it to the blue line.
Nice move.
Shot inside, tipped in front by Clark. Lawson's able to make a save.
Yeah, good save, and he's able to poke it away, too, to clean it up.
Clark with possession again. He's got McAuliffe backside. Shot inside, doesn't get enough on it. Lawson able to cover that for the whistle. 9:30 left to play.
Yeah, I thought for a moment there he might put it back to Tenley McAuliffe, but couldn't get it back there, so shot it himself. Lawson, though, kept that one out. So 9:30 to go. Again, we talked about it, right? Western, if they could get the next goal, make it 4-2, get going from there. The Cougars, if they get to 5-1, that's typically where they start to put the gas down and, pull away.
A lot of bodies, loose puck in front. Anderson comes up with possession. Coming through the middle. He's got some speed. He tries to take a shot. That goes off the defender. Puck sent deep by Jack Bannon. Cougars with possession. Played up to Tenley McAuliffe in the neutral zone. She toe drags through the middle. That's taken away by Anderson.
Good
Anderson toe drags himself through the slot. He's got help backside.
Try to find Hutchings a little like down low there. Just eluded him. Did the puck. Oh, there's a big rebound.
Bodies meet down by the side of the net. No call. Tenley McAuliffe comes back up with possession. She rolls it through the middle. Taken away by Hutchins. Taken back away by Huffman. Yes. Anderson has possession. Chips it looking for Colin Richardson.
I was going to say, so far the only call they've been wanting to make is offsides. The rest
Anderson turns, he shoots. Looked like Watovich got a little piece of glove on that, knocks that one up over the glass into the netting for the whistle. 8:26 left to play.
Yeah, opposite side from where his goal came from earlier, but looked like he picked the same spot, just missed it. And
to break it up, we'll see how this gets called.
Well, I think Pownell. Yeah, I guess it is Pownell. I couldn't tell who hit who. I just saw the. Let's see what the call is. Not sure if it's a garden variety rough. Yeah, it's a rough.
All right, with 8:16, we'll have our first penalty of the evening. Charlotte Catholic will go on the power play.
A power play that, my eyes do not deceive me, is
1 for 5 in the playoffs. 20% on the playoffs. 3 for 5 for the Mustangs on the kill so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is going to be yeoman's work here for the Mustangs. Down 4-1. Got to find a way to somehow keep the puck out of the net here on this power play for the Cougars.
McAuliffe plays that to Walters at the blue line. Walters to Duggan at the blue line. Top line playing it back. Walters drops it down low. Across to Duggan at the faceoff circle. He looks inside. Got Walters backside. There it is. Shoots and scores. It's 5-1. Power play goal.
Yeah, that's one of those. Turned out to be prophetic because let's see what's going on here. A little discussion
between the Stripes and Tristan McAuliffe.
Yeah.
Face-off won by the Cougars. They'll press that back down into the Mustang zone.
So still half a period to go here in the second. Again, we've said it a lot. I feel like a broken record, but the Mustangs just need to find a way here.
Sisti down in the far side corner, met by Will Seeley. He'll turn things around. Tries to get a shot that goes off the side of the net, and Cougars come back up with possession.
Yeah, I think it's something they wanted a hook there. I'm not sure.
Shot inside, way dangerous. I don't think Lawson had that quite sized up right.
It just luckily catches the heavy metal, though, and stays out. Although the Mustangs do ice it, so they're going to have to go to work in the D zone again here.
Just one of those situations where you're looking at it, you think the guy's probably just going to send the puck in deep, get another body to chase it down, and all of a sudden it's on net. Here it comes.
With this Cougar squad, I would expect them to they fire it from everywhere.
Puck played down to Henry Fox in the corner, taken away by Ethan Creonge. Creonge looks up for Sisti. Sisti struggles to play it. Little back and forth. Krianj comes up with possession. Krianj with it again.
Tagged up. I think they're going to see. Yeah, as I say, that's good entry.
Anderson makes it across. Centering pass. Down in front. Had an opportunity off the side of it. Cougars send it all the way down. That gets the icing call. 6:33 left to play in the second period.
Yeah, the Mustangs it's just a slightly off on the passing and just some of the looks they're getting, and some of that's credit to the Cougars who are getting sticks on things and making it difficult, right? But that puck, maybe by about 6 inches, a foot, is just off the stick of Sisti. Otherwise, he's going to get that in the high slot and be able to load the gun.
Face-off down in the Cougar zone, just to the right of Wojtovich. Face-off won by the Mustangs. Duncan plays it out to the blue line. Richardson struggles to keep it in. That'll leak out into the neutral zone. He'll play it to Krianj to reset. Krianj near side, past the half wall. He's got some speed on his backhand. Centers one up. That gets taken away.
Krianj has been on it tonight, in the second period especially. A little bit of a hack and whack there. I think he took a stick to the hand, but he's none the worse for wear, at least not for the moment. Uh-oh.
Dangerous Wellman all by himself. Shot inside. Good save by Lawson. And looks like we're going to have another power play for the Cougars.
Oh, and then it's definitely getting chippy now. I think we talked about it earlier. Frustration setting in a bit for the Mustangs. A couple of players jawing right now. A couple of calls not going their way. So.
And it looks like that's going to be Krianj with a trip call. And once again, Charlotte Catholic on the power play.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how this goes. Keep an eye on things here. The refs will probably do their best to cool things down here a little bit. It's
a lot of pushing
heated.
Down low. Tenley McAuliffe sends that out to the blue line to Duggan. Duggan shoots. That goes wide. Tenley comes up with it on the near side. Big swing and a miss by Chen there trying to get a stick on it. McAuliffe keeps possession down low. Plays it down to Herzig. Herzig back to McAuliffe. McAuliffe out to Duggan at the blue line. Duggan back to Tenley McAuliffe. Cross backside. She's got her brother Tristan there. Doesn't make it.
Good.
Walters comes up with possession.
Good job by Lawson shutting that down. You're exactly right. Tristan was on the back door there if she found him.
Walters plays it down for Tristan McAuliffe. Tristan McAuliffe takes a shot. Puck's loose. Another shot that
Good
gets
stick.
tipped up over the glass for the whistle. 1:12 left in the power play. 4:55 left in the period.
Yeah, I think Colin Richardson got that one with his stick. Good stick there in the shooting lane. Forced it up in the netting. Yeah, the McAuliffe siblings are just,
Walks it in. Backside to McAuliffe. Shoots and scores. Tristan McAuliffe.
Yeah, it's the power play. I was a little shocked it was only 20% for the playoffs. That power play is just, it looks so deadly in the way they move the puck, and they have so many guys that can score. And again, if you miss the coverage ever so slightly, you're going to leave an opening, and these guys can bury it. So 6-1 now. I would say if you're Western, getting late early here. Even though we're only in the second, you got to find a way to get something to feel good about going into the third.
Yeah, the last thing they want to do is lose those cooler heads. You got guys like Pownell and Krianj spending time in the box. They're not spending that time on the ice, and those guys are needed.
And we just saw it. A march to the penalty box with the way the Cougars' power play is performing is basically, 50-50 you're going to get scored on at this rate.
Sisti comes up with possession in the Mustang zone. He'll swing that out into the neutral zone. Keeps possession. Coming across the face-off circle. Shot. Wojtovich knocks that down.
Yeah, good take by Sisti there. Just do it himself. Got a shot. No rebound there. We talked about Wojtovich having some rebound issues last night, but she's able to corral that one and hold on. And again, a little pushing and shoving.
Face-off in the Cougar zone to the left of Wojtovich. Face-off won by the Cougars. They'll clear that one all the way out. Icing waved off.
I guess. Yeah, well, the back official had it, but the official here never put the arm up, so I guess he I couldn't tell if it caught the stick of Creonge when it jumped over at the blue line, but I guess they're saying it did.
Shot inside.
Good shot.
Pownell, good shot, shoots and scores. Nathan Pownell from Nick Sisti, 6'2".
Well, and I'd say the one thing about that there with that play, Ted, is it comes right across. Sisti doesn't waste any time. Pownell loads it, shoots it. And that's one of the few times they've had a clean look from the slot. And Pownell had a few goals last night, or at least one in the shootout. They're all running together for me.
This is inside, shoot, big save, Lawson, another save.
Twice on Walters, the first chance and the second wrap chance, and he gets it.
Walters down in the corner. On his backhand, cycles for Duggan. Duggan drops it off for Walters. He shoots. That gets sticked up over the glass for the whistle, 3:06.
I had flashbacks to last night. I thought it was going to go over the mesh and hit the fire drill or hit the fire alarm again.
Two big saves. Yeah. Walters comes walking right in there.
Yeah, you can't see it, but he got clean look on both of them, and Lawson held the near post with the right pad and shut him down.
Tied up by McAuliffe. Walters gets a shot off. That goes up over the top of the net. Another shot inside. A lot of traffic in front. Walters, that gets knocked down.
Yeah, Walters right in front of Lawson. Good job seeing that puck through and keeping it out by Vaughn.
Tristan McAuliffe with possession. Plays it to Duggan. Duggan. Far side corner. He's got McAuliffe inside. Quick shot inside. Chen gets a stick on that. Knocks that down in front. That gets sent all the way down. That'll get the whistle. In a really good game tonight. A lot of shots coming on. Big save. Puck's loose out in front.
Yeah, at this rate, he's going to see 50 shots unless things slow down.
Out to the blue line. Shot in front. Again, a lot of traffic knocked down by Lawson.
I should say at least 50 shots. And right now, if you're Western, they got to find a way to get to 20.
Nice stretch there for Anderson. He's got one-on-one. He takes a shot that gets sticked up by Herzig over the top of the net.
Good job getting the shot off, though. That's what you're
Anderson
have to
inside.
do.
He had Sisti there. Shot in front. Witovich lays out for it. She'll cover it for the whistle. By Boudreau. Keeps that puck in. He'll take that down into the corner himself. Cycles it back behind the net looking for Duncan. That goes all the way to the blue line. Shot by Bannon. Witovich covers that one up for the whistle.
Yeah, Orshad cruising through the slot there. Thought he might be able to get a tip on it. But nice save. You got to think, too, if you're the Mustangs, hold out hope that maybe you're going to get a call here soon, get on the power play of your own and see if you can do what you did last night and pot one or two and see if that'll help the case.
Puck through the neutral zone. Liam Morrow steps up, knocks that down. Cougars come back up with it.
Good stick.
Shot attempt there, knocked down by Richardson. Puck to Duncan, goes back down to Richardson in the corner. Dangerous out in front. Creonge comes up with it. Got a 3-on-2 going.
Oh,
Creonge has had a couple of issues with skates here. Lost one down at the net and right there on the rush through the neutral zone.
Yeah. Definitely unfortunate because it was going to be a quick developing 3-on-2.
On a steady winning streak, giving up 5+ every game and still able to stay in it. And we saw a great comeback yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, like there were a couple times last night where they could have packed it in and they didn't. We thought it was going to go a lot like our first game where Catholic, pulled away from the Natterjacks. But, yeah, Western hung with it. Even got scored on late on a power play and then got a power play goal of their own. And a power play that we talked about in the pregame hadn't been performing all that well. So you're exactly right. They've found a way to get wins when they needed them.
Puck centered through the neutral zone. Tenley McAuliffe loses that. Mustangs come up with possession. One touch pass from Creonge through the middle. Gets it to Sirwatka coming through. That's taken away by Jude Clark. Clark able to knock that out into the neutral zone. Clock runs down to the buzzer, and after two, it's 6-2. Charlotte Catholic leads.
Yeah, kind of what we said after the end of the first. I'd say it again now going into the third. The first 5 minutes of the third is going to have to be your best 5 minutes if you're the Western Mustangs to have any shot of getting back in this thing, which they're more than capable of, by the way, for the reasons we just outlined. They're just going to have to get to it.
All right, 30 minutes down. We've got 15 minutes left to a championship trophy for one of these teams. We'll be back right after this short break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The final period of the Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League. Pucks down and face-off is won by the Cougars. We touched on it a little bit during the break right there. One more goal by the Cougars here. This thing goes to run clock, and it really hurts the chances for Western to make a comeback.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, for a multitude of reasons, they need to get the next goal, but not the least of which is to prevent that run clock, because what you don't want is Catholic to find one more. Time's going to run out, or sand's going to run out of the hourglass pretty quickly if that happens.
Mustang pressing down low. Richardson. He plays that back behind the net. That's taken away by Brody Herzig. Herzig goes across.
For a minute there, he tried to slow up at the blue line. Just drifted for a minute there. He tried to slow up at the blue line. Just drifted a little too far over right as Serwaka played the puck. So.
Neutral zone face-off. Cougars bring out that top line here. Looking for Duggan. That's Pownell. Pownell cycles. No one there on the backside. Babbage is able to come up with that. Drops it for McCullough. Kept in again by Sisti. Sisti to the slot. Turns it around. Top of the circle. Brings it down into the near side corner. Spins it around again. Drops it at the blue line. Down for Pownell again at the circle. Inside looking for Anderson. Taken away by Duggan. Duggan's going to make a race down to the near side and wait for help. Duggan, backhand, forehand. He'll take that back behind the net.
Yeah, good sustained pressure there by the 3 men waiting on him as he goes across the blue line.
Wins that pass. Savoy centers one up, looking for Pownell. Puck goes out to Boudreau. Boudreau takes a shot. That's knocked down in front.
Yeah, if you're Boudreau, they'll probably shoot it just a touch sooner before the man's able to get in the shooting lane there and block it. But either way.
2-on-1. Duggan's got help inside. He shoots. That goes wide.
Yeah, nice job by Bannon forcing him wide.
Puck outside for McCullough. McCullough takes it out to the blue line. Looks across for Duggan. Big shot. Puck in front. Nice save by Lawson.
Yeah, good save by Lawson, and he saw that coming. He read that play well, got across, and was waiting on it. Big blast, one-timer. And he got all of it, too. And Lawson's waiting on it, able to smother it. And then Pownell comes in. I don't think that rose to the occasion of a penalty. But, you know, why not? Never can tell. The refs might give you one. So if you're the Cougars, you might fall over a little easier there, see if you can't get a whistle.
Puck won by the Cougars. Tenley McCullough tries to take that in, doesn't get a shot off. Puck taken away by Serwatka, who's able to knock that out into the neutral zone. Liam Wellman, far side, half wall. Plays it down looking for Savoy. Savoy's able to get it back down to Wellman in the corner. Inside, backside, Huffman right there, tipped up top. And that finds its way in the back of the net. It is 7-2, and we are.
Might see 50. He still may, but run clock may limit that.
Puck all the way back into the Mustang zone. Connell plays that around the backside. And here we come through the middle.
Asher's got some wheels. He definitely can take the puck coast to coast if he wants to. Almost did so there.
Savoy plays that up to Huffman. Tenley McCullough giving chase there. Puck goes out into the Cougar zone.
Good stick there by Richardson. See if they can keep it in.
Serwatka. Just look to put that on her forehand, take a shot, just loses it. Huffman comes up with possession. And he's able to take that down into the Mustang zone, all the way down into the far side corner. Serwatka
to finish it off, but either way, they're going to put him in the box. It was a takedown.
He was going to the bench. I thought they might have rung him up for the game.
I don't know if we have I don't know if that's but there definitely was a scrum, and the refs asked him to move the puck. So we watched
a misconduct there.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see here. I mean, like you said, he was headed for the gate, and they're like, no, you're going to the box. So doesn't look.
Yep, looks like second one, so it'll be a 2 and a 10.
Yeah.
See what the.
So it'll be matching. It looks like it'll be matching minors. I'm guessing for roughs, and then or maybe fighting.
No, it's gonna be a Cougars power play here.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say both guys are in the box. So, or did they take the other one?
I don't see a guy in the box
Huffman,
for the Cougars. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. For a second there, I thought they might have put Huffman in there too, but I think it's the guy working the penalty box with the white helmet on. So yeah, only a 2-minute one though. Although it could be it's a 2 and a 10. You're right, yeah, because there's 2 guys in the box for the Mustangs.
Stretch pass by Duggan, looking for Walters down low. That gets it into the Mustang zone. Puck sent all the way down into the Cougar zone as the Cougars look to reset.
Yeah, had a chance there briefly. If Anderson could have corralled it for the Mustangs, he would have been off to the races. Would have been interesting to see if he had a shorthanded chance if he was able to grab the puck as it went by.
Duggan plays that out till Walters takes a shot from the blue line. That'll get gloved down by Lawson as the clock rolls past 7:35.
Yeah, good save by Lawson there.
Cougars 2 for 2 on the power play tonight, so that'll bump that 20% up pretty decent.
Yeah, for those final season stats, that'll look pretty good. Although it'll come down a touch if they're unable to pot one here, but 75% is nothing to sneeze at either on the night.
And with that Tenley McCullough swipe down goal, might have been a high stick, that scores the Cougars in the third period, and they will have successfully gone the whole season, scoring a goal in every single period of the season.
Yeah, it is amazing the offensive production that this unit has gotten, or this club has gotten across the board, really. They have just... There's no real shortage of offensive firepower on this squad.
Puck shot inside, that goes wide to the far side. Pownell steps up, gets a stick.
No, let's see. Definitely going to take a Mustang player, so that power play, the 75% may actually come back to be a thing. Let's see, they're lobbying for it, calling a slash.
It is going to be a...
He was in the clear. I thought it might be a penalty shot. I was with you, Ted.
Bannon went to the bench. It looks like he's walking off the bench. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
I can't imagine.
Oh, 5 minutes. That's interesting because I didn't see. He gave the signal for a slash.
A slash is what I thought that would have been.
Which I've never seen a 5-minute slash call before, but there may be some other.
It is going to be 5 minutes on the board there. I'll be interested to see how this one plays up. That last one, Colin Richardson.
So that's a major. That's why he went to the room. But we'll be interested to see what's on the sheet for what they gave it at the table, because he came over and made the slashing indication for the initial call.
Yeah.
And then to your point, we saw, I think you said it was Bannon leaving the ice.
Right, yeah, Bannon leaving the ice. There's still more than 5 minutes left on the game clock. The last call, Colin Richardson, though, that was a head contact. They gave him the 2 and the 10 for.
Okay. Well, rightfully so. He did. There was a takedown. So I think the head of the other play, and now there's a hit there that I think the Mustangs wanted a call on.
Puck back behind.
Hasn't posted yet, but yeah, that's a weird one from up here. Couldn't tell.
Shot inside, puck back behind the net, and that is another goal.
I think it was. Yeah, it was loose for a second. I couldn't tell who punched it in. So there's the 75%. Now they're 3 for 4. I was on to something. Let's see here. It got through. Maybe it got all the way through. I could.
Yeah, it looks like he was giving
Welch
the signal
was in
before
the
Welsh made it to it.
Just squeaked through Lawson.
But with the 5-minute major, they're still on the power play. So.
Yeah, like I said, it will be interesting to get the ruling on that. I've never seen a slash call that then became a major. So I just, unless there was some sort of intent to injure or something that they deemed it, that's the only thing I can think of here. As to
Bodies
why
that going down here in the Cougar zone as the Mustangs come up with possession.
Asher Chen again steps through 2 guys.
Chen in the corner, keeps possession back behind the net. He's met by Herzig. Herzig's able to knock that one down into the corner.
Oh, stretching it out again. That's an ice, though. Yeah, they got it.
And that one will come all the way back as the clock rolls through 3:35. I know Sometimes a tough job being a scorekeeper when they have a lot of action down in there. And sometimes it's easier to paper write it down before you get it into the computer, but still looking for, and it looks like we might have it here. It's going to be Jack Bannon slashing, a 5-minute major for slashing. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Puck out into the neutral zone. Turned around by Herzig.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, too, because typically a 5-minute major carries an automatic this game and the next game. And for those that don't know, it'll carry over into the start of your the start of your season next year. So that's unfortunate for Bannon as well, because he'll have to serve that at the start of the season, coming up this fall.
Yeah, USA Hockey is USA Hockey.
Yep.
It encompasses all of it, even high school. Mustangs with possession as Poundell tries to do something coming through the middle as the game clock rolls past 2 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like the Cougars have caught off the Dogs, at least for the moment. Playing a bit of keep away here.
The championship trophy has left the booth. Puck down into the corner. Sisti. He takes a shot. Wojtovich makes a save.
I was a little disappointed the commissioner doesn't carry it with white gloves, though, like they do Stanley
with
Cup
the polishing
in the NHL.
prior to. And Babbage gets that sticked away.
I didn't see Coach Pop with any pledge, shining the wooden trophy there.
The wood trophy, yes, sir. Big shot by Creange.
Well, so all that's left now is the...
Again, Creange with the skate falling down there, coming through.
We're going to have to get his skates sharpened over at Redmond's after this.
Centering pass there.
Lawson sticking with it, though. A lot of traffic in front of him keeps that out.
And Anderson going to give it one last try. Big hit by Jackson Babbage.
That was a big hit. Yeah, it looks like Anderson's none the worse for wear, but whoa, that was a big hit there for sure.
And it looks like that's going to take us to the end of it.
Yep, the Cougars. Yeah.
So this is a great team, and it's tough to beat these guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Especially early on when you couldn't get anything going, no real traction offensively. I think we, correct me if I'm wrong, but they got their first shot of the game very late in the first period. So it's just, when you're up against a team that can put pucks in the back of the net and it's a tough night at the office for your offense, it's going to be tough sledding, and it was for Western. But, there were moments where they were ready to give it a go. They made it a 3-1 or maybe a 4-2 game, 3-1 game. It was a 2-goal game at one point, but just really couldn't find enough sustained pressure to get the goals they needed to pull out this one.
Three goals for the Western Mustang. Wojtovich sticks with her 3 goals against average on the playoffs. Great job by her sticking it out. Not a lot of games played. She is a dual sport kind of person in the off season. So a lot of games that she missed, but great job just coming in for the playoffs and sticking it out. And just again 3 goals against for the entire stretch of it.
Yeah, and really, I mean, we talked about it, right? Didn't see a ton of shots, especially early on, and really for the game only 14, but. Made the saves that they needed to have at those critical moments, and then, again, allowed the team to pull away at the end there.
Until tomorrow night and then next year, remember, the only easy day was yesterday. Keep working hard, be safe, and we'll see you next time on the Friday Night Ice.